Hey guys, if you think energy doesn't matter, boy, have I got a surprise for you. Miss Shonna Bailey, how are you, lady?
I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
Man, I could not wait to have you on my podcast. I
Oh my
could
gosh.
not wait. After meeting you last week, it's so refreshing to get a breath of fresh air. And I'm telling you, lady, it just oozes from you. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So, you're in Rome, Georgia.
I am in Rome, Georgia. I was born and raised here. I love good old Rome, Georgia, but I love other areas as well. But I'm Rome, Georgia.
Fantastic. And you've been a realtor now for 20 years.
20 long years. Yes. 20 long years.
How'd you
Yes.
get into it?
Oh, I have a little backstory. I was working at the mill at the time. I was a mill hand. I was working there and I didn't really like the job. I did what I
Mhm.
had to do to take care of my family. You know, my family was first. And I was getting ready to purchase my first house. And I came across this realtor who was showing me, homes and things like that. And I was like, okay, I'm ready. And so we were looking, and I didn't feel like I got what I wanted out of the experience. Okay. To me, it wasn't a good experience. And I would hope that I would be a good experience for somebody because I kind of feed off that experience. Long story short, because it's a long story, but long story short, I didn't get what I want through her and her, representing me. So I kind of went behind her back and negotiated my own deal for real estate. Got exactly what I wanted at the price I wanted to get it at. I went straight through the seller's agent and got what I needed. And I said, you know what? I don't want anybody else to go through that experience. I don't want anybody to have to go through that experience that I went through. And I wanted to try to make things better. Okay.
There
Because
you
if I see a need, I'm gonna try to go out and address that need and try to make things better. So I went and got my real estate license, and I was at the mill for about 8 years, and yeah, yeah, I kind of
go.
that's how the story started.
What's funny about that, I hear this a lot,
Hmm.
okay?
Hmm.
In 25 years of doing this business and working with, nothing but realtors, I
Hmm.
hear that a lot. It's either a real great experience and they thought I would love to do that, or
Hmm.
it's a bad experience and thinking I could do better,
Right, right,
you know? And
right.
it's either or. It's
Hmm.
either or. And it's funny you bring this up because I will tell you, and I'm trying to think when it was probably because it wasn't the house that we're in now, it's the house that we were in before. So it's probably been 15, 18 years ago.
Hmm.
And I was working for a company out of Atlanta. I was in Chattanooga, and that's when we could do our own loans.
Right.
And so we were buying our what we thought was our dream home. Of course,
Hmm.
we've all heard that before.
Yeah.
We were buying what we thought was our dream home, and it got through underwriting. It got through everything. We were like days away from closing, and our underwriter called me. She says, "Kevin, I need to get our Tennessee license." I
Hmm.
said, "Okay, I'll get it for you." And that's before we had all this MLS and all. I don't even want to get into all that, where we had to. And so I called the owner of our company. I said, "Hey," and his name happened to be Kevin as well. I said, "Kev, I need our license for Tennessee." He says,
Hmm.
"What are you doing a loan in Tennessee? We're not licensed in Tennessee." I said, "You got to be kidding. I'm doing my own loan." Okay. And let me tell you what happened, Shauna. Now, this was before Dodd-Frank. This was before LEs and CDs and all the things that we do now.
Hmm.
I had to go find a Tennessee lender. Okay.
Hmm.
And I found one here in Chattanooga.
Hmm.
We gave them a complete file that had already been underwritten. So we had the title work, we had everything. Had appraisal. Okay.
Hmm.
So closing date was like 5 or 6 days away. Not only did we miss our closing date, but we were
Hmm.
3 weeks from our closing date. I talked to that gentleman one time and never, ever got him on the phone again. Okay. And then I got what they used to call the moving van bump. You know what a
Hmm.
moving van bump is?
Yeah, just a little scoop, a little
Uh,
scoop.
yeah, it's an extra point
Hmm.
on that loan. Well, at that
Okay.
at that time, he surprised me with $1,000 bump. Well, yeah, I mean, we were late anyway. We had to close.
Hmm.
I had been in the business 4 or 5 years at that time, and you know what it did? It says, okay, there's a better way to do this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and it's about communication. It's about
Definitely.
putting the people first and making them feel like they're the key. And they are. Okay.
That's the most important.
That's right. And that's what I hear from your story is number one, because I listened, the
Mm-hmm.
negotiation power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There is something about negotiation. Where did you learn to negotiate?
Ooh. It's nothing that came except from experiences in life. Okay. I had my
Mhm.
children at a very young age. So I've had to raise them the way that I needed to raise them and the way that I wanted to raise them. So that was just a skill that I picked up along the way. I honestly couldn't tell you one specific way that it occurred except for life experiences, because that's, life experiences is life experiences. And so yeah, I'm a type person, when I want something, I'm gonna go out and get it. Okay, I'm gonna go out and get it. Your no may be no, right, for the moment, but it's not always gonna be no. It's up to me to get you to say yes later on. Okay,
That's it.
even
That's
if I
it.
have to wait, even if I have to, nurture you a little bit along the way. Right now, your no is no. Okay, that's fine. Well, we can work with you in the future. That
Uh-huh.
type thing. So it's just something I picked up, and I've been good at it. And I'm grateful.
I've always said I've been taught. Okay, we get what we ask for, not what we deserve.
Yeah, I've heard that. I definitely
Okay,
heard that. We have not because we ask not. For
that's
sure.
right.
For
That's right.
sure. Yes.
Exactly. And especially, and I don't want to get into this because it's number one, it's too dark and it's too deep of a conversation.
It is.
But the changes that y'all been going through with this NAR, the development, what's been going on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What has happened in our industry and especially your industry? Because as a loan officer, it happened to us back in '08 when everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what you are going through now, we have to prove our worth. And you're having to, and somebody with 20 years experience, it's real easy. And when you're writing these contracts, it's still wide open. It's
Mm-hmm.
still what we ask for.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's about communication and informing the public with great information and somebody that knows how to negotiate there. That is so very, very strong.
Yeah, because part of your negotiating skill is thinking on your feet. That's key, thinking on your feet. Okay, you got to have a wealth of knowledge. One,
Mhm.
I've gotten a lot of education in the real estate field. You never stop learning. You
Right.
have to be in front of people, learning new skills every single day, learning what's happening in the day to day, listening. Because I'm an observationist. I'm sitting and looking and listening, and some people are like, "Oh, you're not talking." No, it's not my time yet. I'm
That's right.
listening and looking. So if you're able to think on your feet and you have the skill set and the knowledge is key. Together, that's a bombshell right there. That is something that will just explode, and you just be top notch constantly. So yes, I do stay in front of education constantly. Like I said, I do listen. I listen to the industry. I listen to people around me. I listen to their problems, see what they're having problems with, and then I go and see what it is that I could do. So that plays a part in your negotiating skills, to be able to put those things together quickly. Okay, because my brain works quickly. Okay,
Mhm.
because if something happened, I got to think, what can I do to solve this? And that plays into me not only just being a realtor, but also being a broker. Okay, I am a broker of my own company. I have went to school, to the graduate realtor institute. I've done that side of education. I have designations. I'm just constantly in front of that knowledge, learning, absorbing, just trying to figure out what's going on out here and what I can do differently to address these new contract issues we are having. And it has worked for me so far, because this is new for us. The norm is different.
Right.
So we
That's
have
right.
to move with that difference. And that's what I'm having to do, to think on my feet, to figure out how I can make things better through this shifting time.
You know what? And if I wasn't afraid of breaking my mic,
Uh-huh.
I'd pick it up and I'd just drop it. Okay.
Okay.
There's so much to unpack in what you just said. We could probably do 10 more podcasts
Yes.
on very specific portions of what you just talked about. Lady, that is so very strong. I mean, so very, very strong. You know what? I hate to say it, I really do, but this is my podcast, so I can say anything I want
You
to.
can.
Experience matters. Okay. Now, what I like about our industry, we can bring newbies in, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we can train them and we can mentor them and we can assist them. Sometimes they want it, sometimes they don't, sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't.
Mm-hmm.
But if they will pay attention and if they've got the drive, this is a great industry, whether it's on the realtor side or on the lender side. And we need good people, but there's so much to learn, and we're going to continue to learn in this business. So I applaud you for doing what you're doing, man. It is so strong. And like I said, I couldn't wait to get you on the podcast because just the energy and the character just oozes out of you. And I appreciate that.
I appreciate you for that. I tell you, character does matter, and you have to have a passion for it. Because, you're going to have troubles. Them waters are going to be trouble. But if you have the passion for the people, it wouldn't be about the dollar. It'll be about the person, and then the dollar come later on. So I can tell you on and on and on, go on and on and on about the passion that I have for this industry and for the people, because I want them to succeed and win. And it's not about me at the end of the day. It is about.
I'll tell you something, lady. I learned a long time ago, when it becomes about you, it's over. It's over. Okay. Because people can see it a mile away. And this is the biggest purchase that people make in their lifetime. And it is so personal. Okay. And you said something early on, whether we can work with you now or work with you later. Because in my business, there's only 3 answers.
Mm-hmm.
There's yes, let's dance. We can do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's no, not right now. But here's a path. Here's a clear path to get you into a home. Okay. And then about 1 out of 75, 80 apps, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. Okay.
Right.
And I hate that answer, but I will tell you, and I'm not preaching right now. I can. Okay. I've been with Element Home Loans now. In November will be 8 years. So up until 8 years ago, it was about 1 out of about 50 applications that I had to say, 1 out of 50, I was saying, there's nothing I can do.
Right.
Element Home Loans, we can go down to a 500 credit score because FHA allows us to go down to a 500 credit score. Okay. So, you got companies that don't, but that's a whole different topic. I don't do my best not to talk about products. I have special podcasts that I do that for.
Okay.
But Shonna, lady, will you do this again with me?
Sure. Anytime. You just let me know what's good for you.
Okay. Well, for the folks that are out there listening, what's the best way for you the best way for them to find you? Because you don't work just in Rome. You take care of all that North Georgia area, right?
I take care of all that North Georgia area. I also work on referrals. We're licensed in Alabama as well. I am located at 2904 Kingston Highway, Rome, Georgia, 30161. My office telephone number is 762-327-6378. And my cell phone number, which is what I have in my hand constantly, 706-346-2602. I do have agents under me. I have an Hispanic speaking agent that works for me. I have several African-American agents that work for me. We can meet your need. It doesn't matter race. I feel like that you will be at home with us, and we will take care of you and put you first. So I definitely would like for you to reach out to me.
Fantastic. And guys, again, I'm Kevin Blair with the Kevin Blair team at Element Home Loans. Our office number is 423-488-7571. My personal cell number is 488-8465, and that's 423-488-8465. Guys, if you like this kind of information, hit like, hit subscribe. If you're looking in the Rome, Georgia area or any of those surrounding areas around there, reach out to this young lady. She's a go-getter. She'll take care of you, and you better listen to her.
We got you. We got you covered.
All right. Shonna, thank you again, and have a wonderful day, okay?
You as well. I appreciate you for having me.
You're welcome.